Hello there, this is Randil. Welcome to this session. In this session today, we are going to learn about three differences between will and would. Will and would are modal verbs. They are very important and useful in daily English conversations. Will and would cause a lot of confusion for English learners. In this lesson today, I am going to clear up all that confusion for you. If you stay tuned until the end of this lesson, I am quite sure you can just walk away with much better understanding about the differences between will and would. As always, there is a quiz to test the level of your understanding and also to check whether you can understand the difference between will and would appropriately. If you are new to this channel and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do it now. You may hit the subscribe button and alarm the notification bell. Then you will be notified with our latest grammar lessons. Then join me in this lesson. If you are ready, let's jump into the lesson. There are three differences between will and would. Let's look at the first difference, which is the most common and basic of will and would. Future will can be used to talk about future events, activities and situations. Would is the past tense form of will. Now let's focus on future will. There are four situations in which we can use future will. We use future will to talk about predictions and what we think will happen in the future. Here is an example. We think we will be in Singapore at 9 a.m. tomorrow. This means I expect if everything goes on well, according to the timetable, and if the flight is on time, we will be in Singapore at 9 in the morning tomorrow. This is a prediction or what we think will happen in the future about the journey to Singapore. Now let's focus on the second situation of future will. Future will can be used to describe decisions taken at the time of speaking. Take an example. Imagine I am seated with one of my friends at the restaurant. Hey bro, you wanna grab something to eat?
I'm so sorry, bro. I'm not hungry. I just have some oranges.
I'm not hungry. I tell my friend, I'll just have some oranges. This means I'm not hungry. So I decide only to have some oranges. This decision is taken at the time of speaking. Now, let's move on to learn about the third situation of future will. Future will can be used to express someone's promise to someone else. Take this example. Think about a dialogue between a teacher and a student. The student says to his teacher, I am so sorry, I couldn't complete my homework, but I promise I will do it today itself. Here, this is a promise made by the student to his teacher. Now we'll come to the final situation of future will. We use future will to show someone's confidence and certainty. Here is an example. I know Sam will give me what I want. Here it means I am certain and confident Sam will give me what I want. That's all about future will. Now let's move along to learn about would. Would is the past tense form of will. Would can be used to talk about above mentioned four situations when we report them to someone. We always look back at the past when we report them to someone. Therefore, will changes to would. Let's look at the first example. We thought we would be in Singapore at 9 a.m. the following day. This is a prediction made in the past. Therefore, will changes to would. Let's look at the second example. I wasn't hungry, so I told my friend I would just have some oranges. This decision was taken at the time of speaking in the past. Now the third situation. The student told his teacher he would complete his homework that day itself. It is a promise made by this student to his teacher in the past. Therefore, will changes to would. Now the final situation. I knew Sam would give me what I wanted. I was certain and confident that Sam would give me what I wanted. Here also we are talking about confidence and certain in the past. Therefore, will changes to would. That's all about would. Now, let's move along to learn about more challenging uses of would and will. Conditionals. There are 4 conditionals. Conditional 0, conditional sentences type 1, conditional sentences type 2, and conditional sentences type 3. We are not going to look at conditional 0 because it contains neither will nor would. Therefore, we are going to remove conditional 0 from this topic. Now let's focus on conditional sentences type 1, type 2, and type 3. Now let's look at conditional sentences type 1. We always use will, not would in conditional sentences type 1. Conditional sentences type 1 refers to a possible situation in the present or future. I'll give you one example. If it rains, I will bring an umbrella tomorrow. It is possible that I will bring an umbrella under one condition, if it rains. Remember, in conditional sentences type 1, we use only will. We don't use would. Now let's look at the second conditional sentences type 2. In conditional sentences type 2, we use only would. We don't use will. These sentences are imaginary, unreal, or hypothetical. I'll give you one example. If I were you, I would study hard for the exam. I'm not you. Therefore, this is an unreal situation. Therefore, we use only would. I'll give you another example. If I had money now, I would give you. But I don't have money now. This is an unreal situation. We use only would in unreal situations. Now let's move on to learn about the third condition. Conditional sentences type 3. Conditional sentences type 3 refers to a situation in the past. Impossible situations. I'll give you one example. If I had studied hard for the exam, I would have passed the exam. This is an impossible situation. Therefore, we use would, not will. I'll give you another example. If you had asked me earlier, I would have given you, but you didn't ask. Now that's all about conditionals. Now let's move on to learn about the other difference between will and would. Polite expressions. There are 4 categories. Let's look at the first category. Making offers. When you make offers, we use only would. Remember that. I'll give you a couple of examples. Would you like some orange juice? Would you like a piece of cake? Would you like me to give you a ride home? All these are fixed expressions. Therefore, we use only would, not will. Now, let's look at the second category. Making a request. I'll give you one example. Would you mind opening the window for me? Now let's move on to learn about the third category. Asking somebody for permission. I'll give you a couple of examples. They are fixed. We use only would, not will in those expressions. Would it be okay if I left the class a little early today? Or would you mind if I left the class a little early today? Now let's look at the last category. The formal version of want. In informal situations, we use want. If you want something, you can use want. For an example, I want something to eat. But in a formal situation, we use would instead of want. Look at this example. I would like a piece of cake now. I would like to have some oranges. I would like to talk. But in these expressions, we use only would, we don't use want. Remember. Now we already talked about all these polite expressions. In all these polite expressions, but you must understand, we use only would, not will. This is the end. Before I wind up the lesson, there is a quiz to test whether you can use would and will accurately. There are 7 questions on this screen. you can pause the video. You can just read the question and find out which answer is suitable in the gap, will or would. Then pause the video and think about your answers. Then replay the video. You can see the answers on the screen. Then check how many you got correct and let me know in the comment section below. Now we have come to the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you understood the lesson. If you find this video important and useful, please subscribe to our channel and alarm the notification bell. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. Happy learning. I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye for now.